She left them in the storm, two newborn twins crying in their father's arms. No warning, no mercy, just a suitcase and a wealthy man's smirk as the car sped away. But what Sophia didn't know? This betrayal would ignite a fire she could never extinguish. Years later, the daughters she abandoned would build an empire. And when she crawled back, desperate and broken, they'd face an impossible choice. Forgive her, or let karma finish what it started. Some wounds never heal, and some lessons, they cost everything. The rain poured the night Daniel Carter's world collapsed. His wife, Sophia, stood in the doorway, her designer suitcase in hand, her eyes hold. "I can't live like this, Daniel. Not in poverty, not with you." Behind her, a sleek black car idled. Inside, a wealthy, older man, Mr. Laurent, a businessman from the next city. He smirked at Daniel through the window. "Sophia, the girls," Daniel choked out, clutching their twin babies, Eva and Lily, who wailed as if sensing their mother's betrayal. "They're your problem now," Sophia said, stepping into the car without looking back. The tires screeched. Daniel fell to his knees in the mud. His daughters clutched to his chest. Daniel worked himself to the bone, construction by day, night shifts as a security guard. His hands were calloused, his body exhausted, but he refused to let his daughters starve. Their neighbor, Mama Grace, became their saving grace, rocking the twins when Daniel was too broken to stand. Years passed. Eva and Lily grew into brilliant, fierce young women. When they both got accepted into medical school, Daniel cried tears of pride. But the fees were impossible. "We'll find a way," Lily said, her jaw set. Eva and Lily were 12 when the gas ran out for the third time in a month, and Mama Grace, ever the lifesaver, shuffled into their home with a bag of smoky firewood and a basket of fresh vegetables. "Let the girls help," she told Daniel, rolling up her sleeves. "It's time they learned how to cook food that heals." Daniel hesitated. He wanted them in books, not bent over pots. But he was too tired to argue. That afternoon, under the rickety backyard canopy, Eva stirred ogbono soup while Lily chopped okra with a dull knife and terrifying enthusiasm. Mama Grace taught them rhythm, how the bubbling of soup had a beat, how spices spoke in colors, and Daniel, though still hesitant, watched them from the doorway, a small smile tugging at his lips as his daughters laughed over spilled pepper and burnt rice. Cooking became therapy. On days when bills crushed his spirit, Daniel would return to the aroma of fried plantain and pepper stew. Eva experimented with ingredients like a scientist. Lily took charge like a commander, adjusting heat and flavor with fearless precision. It was around a flickering kerosene lamp, months later, that the conversation began. "What if we open a small food place?" Lily asked one night, spooning hot akamu into bowls. Daniel froze. "No," he said, "absolutely not. You're going to be doctors. That's what I've worked for. I'll find the money. I will." "But Daddy," Eva said gently, "we're not asking you to stop trying. We just want to help." Daniel shook his head, shame and fear clashing behind his eyes. "It's my responsibility to give you a future, not yours to sacrifice it." "You didn't fail us," Lily said. But we've discovered something we're good at, something people actually like. What if this is the beginning of our own path? For weeks, the topic sat between them like a bitter secret. Until one day, Mama Grace walked in with an envelope. "I've saved this for years," she said, setting it down. "Use it to buy your first bags of rice. Your father nearly killed himself trying to raise you girls. It's time you showed him that you can rise too." Daniel didn't say a word. He picked up a spoon, tasted their latest batch of jollof, and closed his eyes. It tasted like hope. He exhaled slowly, then nodded once. Start small, but do it right. And so Twin Bites was born, not in a kitchen, but in a moment of unity. In the scent of roasted pepper, the warmth of hands that refused to let go, and the quiet consent of a father who finally believed in the fire his daughters carried. The early days of Twin Bites were brutal. Eva and Lily woke before dawn, their hands raw from chopping vegetables, their backs aching from hauling buckets of water to their tiny stall. Customers were scarce, and the little money they made barely covered rent. Then, one sweltering afternoon, fate walked in. A sleek black Bentley pulled up beside their roadside stall. Out stepped Chief Adebayo, a wealthy industrialist known for his ruthless business acumen and his insatiable love for local cuisine. "I've been driving for hours," he grumbled, fanning himself with a newspaper. "Every fancy restaurant in this city serves bland foreign food. Give me something real." Eva and Lily exchanged nervous glances. This man was used to five-star dining. Would he even like their humble food? Lily wiped her hands on her apron and served him a steaming plate of pounded yam with a goosey soup, garnished with smoked fish and fresh greens. Chief Adebayo took one bite, then another. Then he ate in silence, his eyes closed, as if transported. When he finally looked up, his stern face had softened. "This tastes like my mother's cooking, and she was the best chef in Nigeria." He devoured the meal, ordered 2 more portions to go, and left an absurdly large tip. In his haste, he forgot his briefcase under the table. At closing time, Eva spotted the sleek leather case. Curious, she opened it and gasped. Inside, bundles of cash, land deeds, and a signed contract worth millions. Lily's hands trembled. "We could pay for medical school 10 times over with this." Eva snapped the case shut. "No, this isn't ours." They tracked down Chief Adebayo's number through the documents and called him. The next morning, Chief Adebayo arrived, his expression unreadable. He inspected the briefcase, then studied the twins. "Do you know what you could have done with this money?" he asked quietly. "Yes," Lily said, "but it wouldn't have been right." A slow smile spread across his face. "Honesty like yours is rare." A week later, he returned with the keys to a fully furnished restaurant space in the city's business district. "Consider this an investment," he said. "I'll be your first regular customer." When Sophia, the twins' mother, stumbled across a viral lifestyle blog article titled "From Dust to Dining, the Twin Chefs Feeding a Nation." Her world cracked. There they were, Eva and Lily, standing proudly outside Twin Bites, glowing beside Chief Adebayo, Nigeria's famed industrialist. They had made it, her daughters, the same girls she once abandoned in the mud, crying in Daniel's arms. Sophia clicked the article over and over again, her heart racing with shame and bitterness. And in that moment, one thought echoed in her mind. I should have stayed. She arrived at the restaurant in the evening, dressed in rags with hollow eyes. Rain drizzled, just like the night she left. I've lost everything, she sobbed. Laurent left me for someone younger. He took it all, my savings, my home. Please, I don't care what you let me do. I'll clean, I'll wash dishes. I just want to be close to you. Ava's eyes narrowed. Lily crossed her arms. Daniel stepped out from behind the counter, his face hard. You said they were my problem. You said it without blinking. I know, she whispered, and I was wrong. This is my last chance to redeem myself. Against their better judgment, they let her in. For 2 weeks, Sophia played her role well. She scrubbed floors, mopped under ovens, washed dishes until her fingers wrinkled. Customers praised the new older lady for her manners. Even Daniel, guarded as he was, began to soften, just slightly. But Mama Grace watched, and so did Eva. Then came the request. I want to be manager, Sophia said during a staff meeting. Not for money, just to help, so you girls can rest more. Eva and Lily exchanged a glance. No, Eva said calmly. We don't need more help, Lily added, and not from you. The rejection stung. Something shifted in Sophia's eyes. That same week, supplies went missing. Food spoiled overnight. A pan of stew mysteriously caught fire, and Eva spotted her arguing in the alley with a man who used to run a shady buka in Ayagunle. Mama Grace shook her head. That woman hasn't changed, just changed clothes. Finally, when a loyal customer got food poisoning from tampered pepper soup, the twins had no choice. In a closed-door meeting, Sophia stood with arms crossed, already defensive. We gave you a chance, Eva said, and you ruined it. I only wanted to help. No, Lily interrupted. You wanted access. You wanted control. But you don't get to steal what you never built. Daniel spoke softly, but with weight. I worked day and night to raise these girls. You gave up your right to call yourself their mother. There was silence. Sophia's shoulders sagged. Her voice broke. I know. I failed. I ruined the only chance I had to redeem myself. She turned to Eva and Lily. I'm sorry, truly, not just for this, but for everything. For leaving you, for chasing money, for choosing myself. They handed her an envelope, modest but generous. Use this to take care of yourself, Eva said. Every month, we'll send you a small allowance. That's all we can offer. We owe you nothing else. Sophia took it. She didn't argue. She didn't beg. She just nodded, quietly, tearfully, and walked away. From that day forward, Sophia lived alone, receiving a monthly allowance from the daughters she once threw away. No one else would hire her. No other man would claim her. And every night, she stared at her phone, waiting for a call that would never come. She regretted the day she left Daniel in the rain. She regretted chasing luxury and abandoning love. She regretted it all. But regret doesn't erase history. And sometimes the only justice life offers is distance. With Sophia gone for good, twin Biddies flourished. Eva and Lily became successful entrepreneurs, abandoning medicine for their true passion. And when Daniel met Madame Rose, a kind widow who adored him, he finally found peace. At their double wedding, as Eva and Lily danced with their husbands, Daniel held Rose's hand and smiled. Some betrayals cut too deep to forgive, but love always finds a way back. And so, Sophia became like the bird who plucks her own feathers, left with nothing but the wind she once chased. On the day of the wedding, she stood outside the church, listening to the laughter within. The rain fell softly, just as it had the night she left, but this time, no car waited for her, no second chance. Mama Grace's voice echoed in her memory. The knife forgets, but the yam remembers. Sophia turned and walked away, alone. Moral lesson: blood makes relatives, but choices make family. Daniel and the twins chose love, honesty, and resilience. Sophia chose selfishness. And in the end, life gave each what they deserved.